This is the story of how one moment at a wedding became the breaking point for one of the most famous families in the world. This video breaks down what happened at Brooklyn Beckham's wedding, how a single dance escalated into a public family feud, and why Brooklyn now says he has walked away from his parents forever. Before the fallout, the Beckham family was known for something rare in celebrity culture: a carefully managed image of unity. David Beckham is a former professional footballer with global recognition. Victoria Beckham rose to fame as a member of the Spice Girls and later became a successful fashion designer. Together, they raised four children largely in the public eye, including their eldest son, Brooklyn Beckham. For years, Brooklyn publicly described his parents as supportive. Media coverage consistently framed the Beckhams as close-knit, disciplined, and image-conscious. That reputation is important because it makes what happened next stand out even more. In April 2022, Brooklyn Beckham married actress Nicola Peltz in Palm Beach, Florida. The wedding was a high-profile event with roughly 500 guests in attendance. The ceremony and reception included major celebrities, and singer Mark Anthony performed during the event. At the time, the wedding appeared lavish and celebratory. Publicly, there was no immediate indication of conflict. But according to Brooklyn, something happened during the reception that permanently altered his relationship with his family. According to Brooklyn Beckham, the couple had planned their first dance weeks in advance. During the reception, Mark Anthony called Brooklyn onto the stage. Instead of Nicola joining him, Brooklyn says Mark Anthony introduced Victoria Beckham as the most beautiful woman in the room. Victoria then danced with Brooklyn. Brooklyn later stated that this moment took place in front of approximately 500 guests and that it was not what he or Nicola had planned. He said Nicola left the dance floor crying. In a public statement, Brooklyn described the experience as deeply upsetting. He said he felt uncomfortable and humiliated in front of everyone present. This moment, which did not become public immediately, would later be identified by Brooklyn as the emotional turning point in his relationship with his parents. There is no publicly released video of the disputed dance. Some media reports question whether this was the official first dance or a later moment during the reception. No official statements from Victoria Beckham, David Beckham, or their representatives have been released confirming or disputing Brooklyn's account. What is confirmed is that Brooklyn himself publicly described the incident years later in detail and connected it directly to the breakdown of his family relationships. For several years after the wedding, the Beckham family appeared to continue functioning publicly. But behind the scenes, tensions reportedly remained unresolved. In August 2025, Brooklyn and Nicola renewed their wedding vows. Reports indicated this renewal was meant to create new, positive memories separate from the original wedding experience. By late 2025, public signs of family strain became more noticeable, including confusion around social media interactions and family distance. Still, no one publicly addressed the issue until January 2026. On January 19, 2026, Brooklyn Beckham released a 6-page statement on Instagram. In that statement, he accused his parents of long-standing controlling behavior and said the wedding incident was part of a larger pattern. He stated clearly that he did not want to reconcile with his family. Brooklyn said he was not being controlled and that he was standing up for himself. He directly referenced the wedding dance as a moment that crossed a boundary and changed how he saw his parents. This marked the first time the conflict was fully aired publicly, in Brooklyn's own words. As of January 2026, David and Victoria Beckham have not issued a public rebuttal or formal response to Brooklyn's statement. The wedding DJ, Fat Tony, later described the dance moment as awkward, while avoiding labeling it explicitly inappropriate. Brooklyn's younger brother, Cruz, engaged with social media content that mocked the situation, drawing further attention to the family divide. Meanwhile, Brooklyn's public profile grew significantly. In January 2026, he gained approximately 937,000 Instagram followers during the height of the controversy. Brooklyn Beckham has publicly stated that he does not want to reconcile with his parents. He and Nicola Peltz Beckham have been seen together publicly and are described as united amid the estrangement. Other Beckham siblings have continued public appearances without aligning themselves with Brooklyn's statements. There are reports that Brooklyn may have been offered a seven-figure book deal to tell his side of the story, but this has not been officially confirmed. What remains clear is that the family relationship, once defined by unity, is now publicly fractured. This is not just a celebrity feud. It's a story about boundaries, public image, and what happens when private family conflict becomes public narrative. A single wedding moment, a dance meant to celebrate a marriage, has come to symbolize a deeper breakdown. Whether reconciliation will ever happen remains unknown, but according to Brooklyn Beckham himself, the damage done that night has changed his family forever.